So Karl, at this point, Rob's on the fish.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like you've swung one of your rods around, have you? At that?
I did, yeah, because I originally had two on the island, and then we thought, there's so much water out in front of us, so I put one of mine out there then to sort of capitalise on while they're there. Sort of then I actually had a bite as well out of open water as well, but then we actually noticed it was showing in between the island to my left.
Yeah, this one here.
So in the gap, there's a big gap between two islands.
We neglected it, didn't we? We didn't. Yeah. It was our water.
Have you got someone straight opposite you down the track there?
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Oh wow.
But they were our side, weren't they?
Yeah.
Where we'd neglected them.
Yeah.
We'd not punished that bit of water because we're so concentrated on this stump and these fish in front of me that we've only got 4 rods.
Yeah. Can I ask it, Rob? When Karl swung the third, his one of his rods ran into that water, can you pick up any rod in these things, or does it have to? You have to use?
No, we're not bothered. We pick up anyone's rod. Like,
there's no rules. Like in terms of that's my rod. That's
some of the best match anglers. I'm going to say it again, Billy and Jamie. They work to their strengths. So you'll get one of them in the bivvy tying rigs, doing the bags. The other one's casting. One of them will be playing fish.
Isn't all that, and all their setups the same and stuff as well, isn't it? They use the same kit, so it's seamless. They can just do whatever. Yeah,
exactly that.
Yeah,
it's just,
that makes sense.
You're one. You're a machine.
Yeah,
there's no like I want to catch more than you, or my rig's are better. Who does better in that field?
We talked a little bit about match angling, and not often a big part of the sort of the pole style match angling is that you feed and rest areas of the swim. Is that kind of what's gone on in this bit? The fish have appeared in an area you haven't had lines out.
Yeah, they've appeared out of neglection.
Right.
Because we've not punted, we put no bait out there.
Yeah.
We've just, no one said to us either, keep an eye on that section of the pond because they've just gone there because it's a free bit of water and they've just stayed there. They're not getting punished. They're not getting leads put on them. And
so how many rods did you commit, Karl, onto that area?
Just the 1 minute, yeah.
Only the one in between the islands, and it was just picking off now and again, picked a fish off each
Was that
time.
stringer tactics again?
Yeah, it was just 2-bait stringer.
Yeah.
No bait at all. But coming back, like when we originally baited the island swim, obviously we had no rods there for, I don't know, how long was it? Must have been 24 hours. It was literally the last morning.
Yeah.
We actually went back to there and come off the open waters.
This is hang on, I don't get ahead of ourselves. So what did you do going into that last? Because obviously now you've got 3 or 4 areas that are possible bites. So how did you decide where to fish on that last crucial night when you are in the fight, but everyone else is as well, seemingly?
All 4 rods are in that same area where we'd done well the previous night.
So all to your right?
To my right,
So you decided to you
just
quit on
the everything up.
Yeah.
We've got 4 rods out there, all on 4 separate stringers.
So you've gone back in here.
Yeah, we've got all 4 rods out there, and it's just like if they come back and then we can nick 4 or 5 fish tonight.
We're up
because you're thinking that there's no chance tomorrow day.
Who honestly thought to Karl going into that last night. Whoever is in first place come 9 o'clock in the morning has won the BCAC.
Just because how it fished in the daytime.
It's terrible. Just
so bad.
Everyone was the same.
Talk to me about that night, because obviously, presumably, you're running on adrenaline at that point. Like, you're not going to get a lot of sleep, are you?
Yeah. Most stressful night in the world, wasn't it? We went to bed early.
Yeah.
We went to bed at 8 o'clock.
Just sat there, like, staring at the bivvy roof.
We was both tired.
Oh, yeah.
Loads of people in the swim on the Saturday as well. Loads of our friends come down. It was you're constantly talking, and it kicked off for me that first night at midnight. That was the time when they really showed, and that's when I had my bites up until first light, and then it went dead for me and everyone. And said to Karl, this is now time to get. We was going to try and get some sleep in the day, wasn't it? But it was so busy behind us that we didn't. Went to bed at 8, set the alarm for 12. Get up at 12 o'clock. Hopefully it's like SeaWorld out there, and we can start sitting up with a cup of coffee and catching carp. Alarm goes off. Gets up. Karl puts the kettle on. What do we hear and see? Nothing. Devoid, mate.
Just dead.
At this point, are you aware of stuff going on elsewhere?
Head torches are on. People are working it. There's fish somewhere. They're not on us. And then you hear John Button catching, Ashley Izzard's on fish, Jamie Londers are catching, and you just. I'm not gonna lie. That 1 o'clock in the mirror, we've got to about an hour into it. Dream's over. They've not turned up. It's just like I know what's gonna happen here. It's gonna play out. We're gonna wake up in the morning, and we've not.
And what you thought would unfold, like Jamie and Billy would have pulled away in the bay or whatever.
Yeah. Or Ash down by the pads.
Down the other end,
And we just we had nothing that night. Nothing. Not dead.
Wow.
Dead.
So your prediction of the winners coming from someone who's done well up until 9 o'clock is completely wrong then, Rob?
Yeah, absolutely. Because trust me, I've never seen a match play out like that in my life.
So go on, take us in, guys. What
It's like 10 o'clock.
Did you go back to sleep, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1:30, wasn't it? It was just like,
What do you do?
what did we do? It was literally dead.
You didn't think of swinging a rod back round into other areas, or?
There was nothing to go.
Okay.
I remember just sitting there and just like Karl's on it, like we should try that. I'm just like, mate, this just it feels like our area has and that's Broadlands for you. They move around, and like that first night was, and that's the same experience that I experienced all them years ago. You would get that 8-hour period. This time it was during the night, but last time it was during the day, where you get your chance, you catch your fish, and yeah, we woke up in the morning like that. Who's winning?
And who was winning? What was going on?
It was Jamie and Billy, wasn't it?
They would have been up there.
Were you surprised that the field hadn't gone further away during the night? How far back were you?
I think it was
Again,
5th, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5th, but it was you're only 3 fish behind them when they're
That's what I
mid-20s.
mean.
It's
Like your worst nightmares was someone's had 8 fish in the night,
but
right?
when you're not catching, 3 fish seems a mile away.
Yeah.
It just seems an absolute mile away. When you're hauling, 3 fish is 20 minutes work. But when you're not on them and you're not seeing them and you're not getting, there's nothing happening, how are you going to get 3 bites?
How do you pick each other up at that point?
You
just hoping, wasn't it, really? More than anything.
Yeah.
like I mentioned earlier on, they've got fins.
Mm-hmm.
You're just sitting there like that.
Yeah.
Come on, just one show.
Yeah.
And but the turning point was, you mentioned earlier on, that water level coming up.
Okay, so they've let some of the river in.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Top
It
up.
was.
Why on earth do that in the middle of a match, man? It literally changed the game by the sound of it.
It
did.
helped us out massively.
Massively.
Because they started showing on they hadn't shown on the island at all.
Not one fish.
But we've nicked a couple off the island to begin with, but nothing like we should have done. Or
Do you
felt
feel like you still got bait out there at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing's been.
Yeah.
It just felt devoid area. Everyone's still saying it's like you're not catching them off there. It's like, mate, we're not even seeing them. Like there's nothing happening out there. All our bites are coming in the silt, in that channel.
Yep. So you saw fish against the
Saw
island.
fish that morning, didn't we? At 10
Literally
o'clock?
once showed off the stump. It was like, okay, we got to change it now. 3 rods went against there.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
But
Same rigs and stuff.
No,
What?
different.
Different rigs, yeah. So where
Okay.
I've been catching them on, everyone was saying spinner rigs,
Yep.
and Karl put spinner rigs out, didn't you, to be fair,
Yeah.
on the island at first. And where I was fishing these little wafters, Karl was like, I want to try a wafter on the island. He put this cast in. It was just like, even a bait boat weren't getting it that tight. It was perfect. Instant, wasn't it?
Yeah, straight away.
And it was just like,
Okay. Got to put all these, like I said.
yeah. And then before you know it, we was like, but at this stage, it was fishing well. It was 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Ash Izzard down the pads down here, he's carving it up. He's got, and we went from us getting one to him having 2. He's got a double take. And you're just like,
Not what you need when you feel like you're getting yourself back into it.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're only 2 fish behind now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Coles has nicked 1. They're in like 7th, and now they're in like 4th because they've nicked 2 mid-20s. And then you hear stories of Billy and Jamie catching, and you're just like, how's this happening? Like, we're and then I caught another one. They'd go and catch another one, and it was just like constantly cancelling each other out.
And then even pegged 12, wasn't it, as well?
That was a joke at the end.
So I kind of feel like I feel like at this stage you're within striking distance, but you're not first or second or even third.
No.
Mate, we was 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 1st, 2nd, and they couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ringing the marshals. Who's winning? We don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
So
they've got
at some
to-
point it just becomes we've just got to keep catching fish, and what will be will be.
Yeah, that last hour I've never seen. Bearing in mind how terrible we thought it was in a fish.
Yeah.
Until you got the last hour was a joke. You know, bearing in mind Peg 12, who they were winning, to be fair, at the start.
Yeah, they had 7 fish straight away,
they'd done
didn't they?
7 fish straight away. It was like they was in 2nd place. Mark Sawyer in 1st for most of it. Now they're in 4th because it was crazy. But last half an hour going to that, the lads in, bearing in mind we're in 1st at this stage.
Yep.
We're in 1st. We've got ourselves. We've had like another 2 or 3 fish. We're in 1st. There's half an hour left. 2 lads in 12 that pretty much unknowns, really, isn't they?
Yeah, I
They've never
don't know who they were.
don't know who they were. Just they get one. The camera crew around our swim.
Yep.
You know, we're in the lead.
They get the call.
Yep. Ash Izzard's gone a bit slow at this stage. I think he'd gone into. No, this is right. We was in 1st. Ash Izzard was 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
These lads were in like 4th, something like that, and Billy and Jamie were in 3rd or something. Half an hour to go. Peg 12's got one in. All the cameras shift down there. As they're down there, Karl gets one. And we're just like, no, I hooked one. That's a lie.
That's it. Yeah,
I
yes,
hooked
you
one.
did, yeah.
I hooked one. As I'm playing it away from the thing, grating. I'm just like, I'm caught on line, Karl, and you can see the line coming out the water, going up into the tree.
Oh
so
my God!
Yeah,
Yeah.
just this is the fish. We're back to how it was at Kingsby Final.
Yeah.
You know, where we need this fish.
Only stakes are higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's 10 minutes to go. I've got one on. They've called I said, well, hangman. You know, it's just the fish is sitting out there in open water. What's the rules? We can get the boat out. The marshal will go out in the boat. He would do his best.
Through your water.
Through your
right?
water.
Yeah.
So this is potentially like game over.
Yeah.
They put a boat out across 2 foot of water on the island. We're not going to get another bite. There's 10 minutes to go anyway.
Yeah.
Nightmares.
You just need this one.
But
in.
it's got to come in regardless. So he's literally, I put the rod on the floor completely slack. So I didn't want to put too much pressure on the fish. And no, there was a slight, it was taut.
Yeah.
You know, and Marshall took him 10 minutes to get the boat. They've finally got the boat into the swim, got the life jacket on, and someone shouted out, "Your line's gone slack." I was like, "How's that gone slack?" Because it was like taut and the fish is there. I just picked the rod up. It's
on.
It's on. I'm playing it in, and I was like, it just just wiggled its way off.
Yeah.
Couldn't write that, could you?
No. I'm just like, but at this stage, as is happening, Peg 12 have got another one.
They got 2.
And you can see, you're watching,
Yeah,
Karl,
you can see them
presumably.
behind
You
us.
can see him behind. It's a straight. They've got another one on.
Yeah.
You know, and if that is like a 23-pounder, that puts him into first.
Mm-hmm.
So with 3 minutes to go, I'm playing one. They've got 2 in the net, so they've got theirs. Theirs are secured.
Yeah.
So on paper, they're in first place. If I lose this, we're not in first place. If I get this in, if I land this fish with 3 minutes to go, as long as it's bigger than 17 pound, I didn't know that at the time.
It could have been 13.
It could have been 13. Could have been 10.
Yeah.
Could have been a brain.
This is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous.
And
night.
You've got 15 minutes to get it in or something after
You've
the
got
hooter,
10
right?
minutes.
10.
There's 40 people behind us. They've got 2 in the net.
Yeah.
Ash's at this point was probably too far behind to catch up. So it is literally like how big mine is. If I land it, if I don't, we're going to come second.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get it in.
Hang on a minute. You get it in.
Get it in.
You've got the net. What's going through your head?
I've jumped in.
Yeah.
Up to my knees. That's how sort of height you're allowed in. No,
You've got Rob Hughes in the background commenting.
It was manna from heaven for Rob. This is, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
he's in his
literally.
element.
If you're going to ham it up, it's going to be now. Like, so you've jumped in, Karl, and
literally
the fish has surfaced. Have you got any idea how big it
It was
is?
a good one.
It was a good one,
Good
yeah.
comment. Yeah, you could see.
it's like,
it was-
oh, we need this. Come on.
Are you talking to each other at this point?
Yeah.
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 You know, I'm like, can't get the, it's such a nervous. I'm just, when it went over the net, it was just like,
What happened? Yeah.
that's bigger than 13 pound. You know, that's.
How did you know with that degree of accuracy that you needed something bigger than that?
Oh, we got told,
We
didn't
got
we?
told, yeah.
They'd weighed their fish.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
so they've weighed them and stuff, and we knew what they needed,
Yeah.
what they had. Sorry, and it was like they were beating us by like 16 pound. So this fish had to be over 60. I'm looking at it going, that's mid 20.
Yeah.
That's a good fish. We've done it, and we didn't even get time to compute what we've just caught.
Yeah.
There's 1 minute to go. I'm looking at the marshals and going, how long left? They're like 45, 44.
And you're looking at peg.
43.
You're looking at the
You're constantly
peg
behind you. They've
yeah.
had 2 in the last 10 minutes. They're on them.
Yeah.
And you're like, they get another one now. It's over, isn't it? And they've got 38, 37. Cole's rod's gone.
Oh.
And we're just like, are you serious? Like, you know?
Got it in.
Yeah, got it in.
Got
yeah.
it in.
So home and host.
It's
Yeah.
just done. The cherry on the cake, you know. We knew as we were playing that in.
The hooter goes,
goes
yeah.
as he's playing it.
So we couldn't even celebrate, really.
No, it
in a
was
way.
just like, I'm just jumping all over Cole as he's playing this fish.
Oh,
And,
what a event.
Yeah, it was
was
just madness. I've never felt.
Does it sink in?
It didn't for about a week, odd.
It didn't.
Did you jump in?
Absolutely.
Isn't it customary, right?
you've got
It doesn't matter what match you're in.
Absolutely.
You've got it.
Yeah.
But
was
yeah,
cold.
what a moment. It's just,
Cold. Yeah.
Yeah, because they obviously
Oh,
that water went
let the
in.
river in,
yeah.
So it was
It was cold.
freezing.
And what
It was
what was your first thing? The first thing you did? Do you phone the missus, Rob? Like,
Do you know, I found my dad.
did you?
My dad's been there from the start, you know. Yeah, I found my dad straight away and was just like, you can believe this. He's like, I've been watching it. You know, he's
He's
yeah.
keeping tabs. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad got me into fishing and, you know, here I am now sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
So-
it was a mad one. I remember phoning my mum as well, because my granddad passed away.
Mhm.
About 2 months prior, and I've kept his little memorial page thing
Yeah.
in the van.
Yeah.
And I remember like going into the match thinking, got to do this for him.
Yeah.
You know, and
what a
yeah,
moment.
I'm crying to my mum.
I can imagine. Yeah.
It's mad.